in McAllen. This is a Saturday afternoon edition, and it's a by-district playoff between the Harlingen Cardinals and the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Cardinals out of District 32 5A, they are the district champion, and Memorial qualifying out of District 31 5A. Should be a good game, a rematch of last year's by-district clash, and we'll have all the stats for you, the starters, in just a moment. All the particulars coming right up, but first we want to pause to honor America with the playing of our national anthem, and the McAllen Memorial JROTC color guard is out there at midfield. There you see the Cardinals, visitors today, and the home team, the McAllen Memorial Mustangs, all standing at attention as we listen to our national anthem. There we go. Excellent job there by the McAllen Memorial Band under the excellent direction of Mr. Eric Donaldson. And there we honor our color guard. They're affiliated with U.S. Marine Corps. We see the Marissa Robles, Monica Trevino, Elisa Calderon, and Alicia Leones making up our color guard today under the instructors of Mr. Colonel Longoria and First Sergeant Roman Rodriguez. Do an excellent job right there. And so hope you can see us up here in the press box. I'm Mark May along with Mario Reyna. And today we've got a by-district playoff. This is the first round of the state playoffs, and from here on in, it's win or go home. The McAllen Memorial Mustangs at home against the Harlingen Cardinals. And Mario, I guess these Harlingen Cardinals that we see getting ready to come out of their run-through, this is one of the most formidable teams in the valley, isn't it? Yes,
they're kind of like the Alabama in college football. They have the culture, they have the tradition. It also starts with their fans. An hour before game time, they're all already here. It's just a great program.
Yeah, they had a tailgate party going on in the park next door across the street from this stadium. As you see the Cardinals coming out, and Cardinal Red is here in focus tonight. This kind of plays into our keys, is the playoff atmosphere. The Cardinals have been here, and they've been deep in the playoffs a number of times.
And that is an expectation that Coach Manny Gomez has for the Cardinals. That's the same expectation that Bill Lilton has for the Mustangs. But today, it's all like you said, Mark. Win, you continue on the path in the playoffs, or lose and you're out. Throw out the records. That's what we talked about in last night's game, and we had a team that was 4-6 actually win a playoff game. So that's what it is. Who can handle the playoff atmosphere the best?
All right, and then also the running game for both these teams is pretty strong, especially for Memorial, and I guess Harlingen a more balanced attack.
Well, yes, Harlingen, you're actually going to see probably a 70%. They've changed their ways over there. Coach Benny Gomez going with what works for them, that they like to throw the ball. But both teams come in here highly regarded offenses. So let's talk about the defense. Sometimes it's the defense that makes the most stops and creates the turnovers. So we'll probably win this game here this afternoon. I was almost going to say tonight because we're so used to so many night games.
It's our first day game that we've had. It's yeah, should be exciting. It's a nice cool day also, and both these teams ready to play some football. It's overcast gray skies. And not too hot, not too humid. A little bit of wind coming out of the south end zone, moving from south to north, which is right to left across your screen there. Cardinals will be kicking off, and that'll be Samuel Bazan, the kicker there, setting the ball on the tee. And the Mustangs will start off with the football, and we can see Trevor Spades, just a sophomore, but he's already made a name for himself across the valley.
Absolutely, and He just has a tremendous, he comes in here with almost 2,100 yards, and actually a stat that was kind of mind-boggling for me, Mark, is that he's gained more yards rushing himself than the entire Harlingen team, and that's just amazing.
And this is deep and out of the back of the end zone. Wow, that's a hefty kick, and went about almost 10 yards behind the end line of the end zone. It'll come out for a touchback, and Memorial will set up at their own 25-yard line. And when we have a chance, we'll show you some scores from around the valley among other Class 5A teams, some of them playing last night on Friday, November 15th, and some of them in action today. Well, there we have some right there in the Class 5A Division 1. United beating Donna Los Fresnos over Weslaco, and that was an upset. Sherryland took out Laredo United South. Sherryland, 11-0, will play the winner of this game right here in our first play from scrimmage. Who scored about 2 yards? That's the quarterback, Jonathan Sanchez. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
And for the Harlingen Cardinals, head coach Manny Gomez is also serves in the capacity as defensive coordinator. He's the one that will make the calls. Has a great tackle in Marcus Garcia, number 90, good linebacker, and Gilbert Bermea that leads the team in tackles.
Give you the starters in just a moment. T formation there for the Mustangs. With that full house backfield. 3 backs in the backfield behind Sanchez. They toss this to Spates, trying to get outside. Cuts it in a little bit. Cardinals do a good job of stringing that out. Spates held to a gain of 2. And it'll be 3rd down.
And the Cardinals, that's what they're known for. They have a lot of good defensive players as we take a look at the offense.
Yeah, led by Sanchez there, sophomore quarterback who came in as a starter in about the 2nd or 3rd game of the season. Spates, of course, the 2,000-yard man with 25 touchdowns. Alonso, a very capable fullback there as well. Leal, they will throw to DJ Johnson as a deep threat. They've got a big offensive line there, too. Weighs over 250 pounds per man. Here they go on 3rd down and 6. They're going to fake it to Spates. Sanchez to keep it is hit as he crosses the 30 up to about the 32. They'll be about 3 yards shy, and he'll have to punt.
And that is, and we'll take a look at the defense.
Yeah, the Cardinals defense able to get in there, and the Cardinals have a 4-3 defense, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and then the 4 defensive backs. And this is a team that was 3rd in the valley in terms of points allowed, a very stingy 9.6 points a game. Only Sherryland and Edinburgh North out of District 30 were better. Here's the punt, and this takes a Mustang bounce and is going to roll slowly and be killed at about the Harlingen 36-yard line.
And we talked about which defense was going to make the first stop, and we got the Cardinal defense immediately making a stop.
We'll get you the starters for the Cardinals and Mustangs here in a moment. 1st and 10, 10:07 to play. And you can see their quarterback, Brandon Garza, there in the shotgun. They come out with 5 wide receivers, and this is a common formation you'll see with these Cardinals. And Garza flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to run it himself, has plenty of room, has a first down, gain of about 15, and crosses midfield into Mustang territory. It's a run of 16 yards.
Brandon Garza doesn't like to run, but when he has to, he's very capable.
And then we see the starting offense for the Cardinals, led there by that quarterback, Brandon Garcia, who led the Valley with 2,200 yards passing this year and 23 touchdowns. And then also the receiver, Brandon Vasquez, you'll hear his name a lot. He was 3rd in the Valley with 55 receptions. And here Garza wanting to throw on first down. Long pass looks to be complete, and that's Mark Rosales. One of these myriad of talented receivers they have for Harlingen.
And get used to this. Brandon Garza making plays happen already. He comes in here with an incredible quarterback rating of 121. When you throw for 23 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, that's how you get that kind of quarterback rating.
There's the replay. You can see a good job there by Rosales to slide in to that low thrown ball. Now they come out with receivers stacked wide right and wide left. 1st and 10 again. Garza, plenty of time, throws it. It's caught and dropped. Bowie Davis, the intended receiver, looked like he had it for a moment, but unable to hang on. They'll be 2nd and 10.
And Garza has a bunch of good receivers. It's receivers by committee. Brandon Vasquez with 55 receptions and a couple of others with more than 30.
And looking at the defense, it's a 4-3 defense for the Mustangs, who gave up only a little over 100 yards a game in terms of passing. They got 8 seniors out of that group, so a lot of experience there, led by the safety, Nick Marriott, number 1. And here's a tackle on this play by number 35 for the Mustangs. That's the linebacker, Derek Alegria.
I was actually going to give the tackle to the turf because Marco Rosales kind of slipped and was not able to get it going. So it's a 3rd and 12, a good situation here for the Mustang defense to see if they can get a stop.
Garza back to throw, has plenty of time. There's a flag downfield. And they're throwing toward the end zone, and it's incomplete, intended for Brandon Vasquez. He's the one we talked about, came in with 55 catches and 7 TDs. The pass goes incomplete, but there was a flag down in the secondary.
And this will be an interesting call, Mark, if it's...
And it's holding against the Mustangs. That means it's something that occurred before the pass.
And it should be an automatic first down, I think.
Holding.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty
on the defense.
and automatic first down.
10 yards, automatic
What
first
a
down.
costly penalty, as the defense for the Mustangs had an opportunity for a stop. So it gives the Cardinals a 1st and 10, and they're at Mustang territory at the 21-yard line.
One minute in the backfield, Fidencio Gonzalez stays in the block, and this is complete to Vasquez near the sideline, and pushed out of bounds by the linebacker, Cody Stites.
Quick pitch and throw, easy catch by Vasquez. Brandon Garza has at least 5 receivers with more than 15 receptions. So he has a lot of weapons. It makes it easy. If you have a good corner, you can only stop one guy. Who's going to stop the rest of the receivers?
Garza back to throw. Over the middle, man is open, caught, and touchdown for the Cardinals. That's CJ Gallegos. And you see the Cardinal fans are happy. That sea of red over there on the far side. Coach Bill Littleton offering encouragement to his team. And the Cardinals have taken an early 6-0 lead here with 8:41 to play in the first quarter.
And that's Gallegos' 7th touchdown of the year. But Brandon Garza, as impressive as he is, coming in here with a over 100 quarterback rating, making it look very easy.
Samuel Bazan is the kicker. And kick looks like it was low into the line and no good. So the extra point is no good. And the score remains Cardinals 6, Mustangs nothing. 8:41 to play here in the first quarter. Mustangs will be receiving in just a moment. We'll leave you with another look at the touchdown. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. There's the touchdown again to Gallegos. And here's the extra point try. And it was blocked. Lucas Rios. Lucas Rios got through there and blocked it, so my apologies. I thought it was a line drive kind of into all the linemen, but Rios there getting through up the middle, getting his hand on it, and the senior linebacker there comes away with the extra point stop. You never know when those can help you and come back to haunt you.
The Cardinals showing why they're district champs. Made it look easy. They had to stop. Of course, they have a kicker here with a golden toe. The first kickoff was all the way deep into the end zone, and there was no way anybody could return this. Samuel Bazan is quite a weapon for the Cardinals.
Another big kick here by Bazan, and this is going to go out of the back of the end zone again for another touchback. Mustangs will come out to their own 25-yard line. Cardinals scoring drive went 64 yards in 6 plays with only about a minute and 25 seconds on the clock. And they had one big run of 16 yards by the quarterback. That was a quarterback scramble. The rest were all passes.
It's important, Mark, that the Mustangs come back punching, because that The Cardinals threw out the first punch.
Yeah, you got to maintain your confidence and get something going. Mustangs' second possession after a 3 and out. Here's Spates, nowhere to go. And Spates is going to be wrapped up in the backfield and tackled there by the Harlingen defender, the linebacker, Jose Mejia.
And you know the Cardinal defense, they have to enjoy this challenge that probably Coach Manny Gomez. Hey, you're playing against the top running back in the Valley. Let's see what we can do to make his life miserable. So far, that penetration there making it difficult for Trevor.
The Mustangs came into this game with 363 yards a game on the ground. Number 1 rushing team in District 31-5A is Sanchez, running for his life there, loses the football. I'm not sure if they'll rule that as a fumble or as an incomplete pass. I think they are ruling it as a fumble. And the ball going out of bounds right there at about the 6. And there's a flag down as well. As you saw the official drop his flag. There's 2 flags actually, one back near the line of scrimmage and now that one at the 5. I think it would be maybe a harsh intentional groundies. It looked like the quarterback had it knocked out of his hand. Referee Bobby Rodriguez in the white cap and his crew sort this out for us.
That referee right there looks like he's a former defensive tackle, middle linebacker.
Yeah, maybe. And the referee was all the way over at the Cardinal sideline explaining to their coaches what was going on. Now here he is coming over to the Mustang side to explain.
And let's not forget, Mark, the Harlingen defense is all over the field so far in the first and second possession, making it very difficult for the Mustang offense to get going.
You see Coach Bill Littleton in his 11th year with the Mustangs, winningest coach they've had.
And we're looking at 2 programs, Mark, that the last 4 or 5 years they're the only ones that have advanced into the 3rd round.
These 2 teams meeting last year. Their coach Marcus Kaufman, the offensive coordinator, upset about something. And here's the replay. You can see Sanchez scrambling there. And yeah, he did deliberately let go of the ball. Intentional grounding.
We also have a loss of down. That makes it even more difficult. And a holding.
On the offense, number 74, that penalty is declined. Intentional grounding, spot foul, number 7, loss of down, 3rd down.
And there we go. So it's 2 penalties. Holding against the Mustangs, that was declined, and the Cardinals elect to take the intentional grounding, and that's what we see here as Sanchez tries to get rid of the football. And since there's no attempt to get it to a receiver, it becomes a spot foul and a loss of down.
And just a 3rd and 30.
They're all the way back to their 5-yard line. 3rd down, Sanchez backs to throw, wants to hit Johnson on the sideline, got it! And Johnson has a 1st down. Now how often do you convert on 3rd and 30? But when you got a player like E.J. Johnson, only a sophomore, down there in single coverage, he's able to pull it in, and it's a gain of 41 yards.
And I'd say maybe just 10% of the time you can convert on a 3rd and 30, and maybe even a less percent with Memorial not known for passing. That's a big lift for the Mustangs.
Move the ball.
So here we go. Sanchez wants to keep it, and still not much room there. As he is pulled down by the defensive tackle Marcus Garcia, and I notice he put a star by his name.
He's a tough guy in there. And Mark, right now the line of scrimmage is controlled by the defensive line for the Cardinals. We're not only having Marcus Garcia, but almost every defensive lineman is rushing and knocking down the offensive line for the Mustangs backwards.
And this is a big Mustang offensive line. They are used to controlling things in those trenches. We'll see how that plays out. 4 down lineman for the Cardinals. They hand this off. Here's Spates again. This time he has room and tripped up as he crosses midfield. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Boy, that pass for the big gain by Johnson, it does so much for the offense. It softens the defense a little bit that they now have to worry a little bit about the potential for a pass. As we saw the replay, first time that actually Trevor Spate had an opportunity to gain at least 7 yards. Brian Velasco leading the charge.
So 3rd down and 3. Mustangs converted last time on a 3rd and 30. That big pass to Johnson. Here Sanchez wants to keep it, but he's hit in the backfield and pushed back by a sea of Cardinals. Hit first by the defensive end, Ray Moreno.
Also Chris Munguia, Ray Moreno. This is a tough bunch. Nothing really that Sanchez could do. Had about 5 on that play right there. Also Isaiah Cano.
So 4th down, and this is interesting. They're at midfield. The Mustangs electing to go for it here. Maybe. They're less than 5 yards, so this could be just an attempt, a ruse, to pull the Cardinals off sides. And now the Mustangs switching formation. They go into a punt formation, and they are going to punt the football. And the Mustangs will down it with no return at the 12-yard line. Excellent kick there. 36 yards with no return.
And although the offense had to punt it away, Mark, that big pass, instead of punting from their own 10 and maybe giving the ball back to the Cardinals on the Mustang side, maybe at the 40-yard line, the Cardinals now take over at the 15-yard line. So that pass completion from Sanchez to Johnson was a big play for the Mustang offense.
Brandon Garza, senior quarterback, led the Valley in passing yards this year with nearly 2,300 yards. 24 touchdowns now, including 1 in this game. Garza with time to throw. Man is open, it's caught, that's Gallegos. And Gallegos has a first down up near midfield. Tackle on the play by the safety, Michael Garza. And Gallegos, the man who caught the touchdown pass on the previous drive, gets his team all the way out to the Cardinal 46.
You know, every pass that Garza has thrown so far is just right there where it has to be. Lots of different kind of passes he's thrown already, and all of them have been right there between the numbers.
36 yards on that pickup. Garza up to 76 yards passing now. Here's a first true run of the game. This is Fidencio Gonzalez breaking tackles and fighting his way forward. And he was hit finally and brought down by the Mustangs' number 8, Joseph De Leon.
And Mark, in other plays, even though, taking a look at other plays, Mark, there's been a lot of open receivers on the field. Brandon basically just has a choice where he wants to throw it.
Jesse Osuna also in there on that play, was the first to make contact with Gonzalez. And De Leon bringing him down. 2nd down and 6. Mustangs will blitz this time. Garza hits Rosales. Rosales forced out of bounds after a short gain. And Spates, who's playing a little double duty there.
This is what happens in playoffs, Mark. You know, there's no tomorrow. You have to put your best players on the field as much as possible. As Garza continues his success. And Mark, if you recall, the last time the Mustangs played against the Road Warriors, which has that spread offense, the Mustang defense had a lot of problems.
Yeah, the Mustangs prevailing in that game against Road, 35-28 in overtime. And there we see Spates, a sophomore running back, also playing in the secondary today, taking advantage of his speed. Garza wants to throw again, and it's caught. This is Rosales sprinting toward the end zone, and a touchdown. 43-yard strike to Mark Rosales, and the Cardinals now lead it 12-0 in the first quarter.
You know, Brandon Garza reminds me of a pitcher that throws the ball wherever he wants. If the catcher asks for it in the inside corner, that's where the pitcher throws it, kind of like a Maddox that used to pitch for the Atlanta Braves. Brandon Garza putting the ball right where it needs to be so far in every pass completion.
Bazan to attempt the extra point. And we got some movement.
And if it's against the Memorial defense, which it is, I wonder if Coach Manny will want to get that extra point that he lost back on this play.
Repeat try.
So they do move it up slightly closer. Just a 1-yard penalty, and it looks like the Cardinals will stick with the extra point try. Lucas Rios of the Mustangs blocked the extra point the last time. This one's a bit higher by Dazan, and it's through the uprights, and the extra point is good. The Cardinals 13, the Memorial Mustangs nothing. 4:21 to play here in the first quarter. And we'll leave you with another look at that touchdown here by Marcos Salas from 43 yards. Caught him in stride and just raced for the end zone. Let's hear Coach Bill Littleton giving some advice to his troops just before the kickoff. And here's that touchdown again.
And with the Mustangs down 13-0, a team that struggled to get into the playoffs, this is not the way they want to start the game, because the Harlingen Cardinals are always looking for those positive plays, and they're up 13-0. They're not giving the Mustangs any hope.
Here's Bazan's kickoff, another high and deep one, and that one again is all the way back at the end zone, and another Mustang touchback. It'll come out to the 25. We see the Cardinal defense. Cardinals, who were third in the Valley this year in terms of points allowed, giving up less than 10 points a game. By the way, the last time these two teams met, just a year ago this week, was the 2012 by-district playoff. That game was played in Harlingen at Bogus Stadium. Cardinals prevailing that day 41-20. Here they are a year later, meeting again. In fact, that's the reason this game being played in McAllen, because last time they played was in Harlingen, therefore they come to McAllen. Kind of keeps it fair as Sanchez keeps it on 1st and 10 and picks up a couple.
Isaiah Cano quickly coming in, and once again Marcus Garcia saying, not this afternoon, no quarterback keepers with much success.
The Mustangs have tried to run it up the middle, they've tried to run it outside, and they have really only had about one play. I think their longest run has been about 8 yards so far. There's going to be a toss outside. This is the fullback, Alonso. He has a little bit of a burst there across the 30 up to about the 33, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Nice run up the middle by Alonso. We know that the defense is keen in on Spades. Alonso does come in here in this game with over 800 yards rushing. Coach Marcus Kaufman, offensive coordinator for the Mustangs, trying to find a way to get his offensive team in a rhythm.
You can see the sea of Cardinal fans over there, far side of the field. Probably the biggest crowd we've seen for a visiting team this season, as Spates on 3rd down bottled up at the line of scrimmage once more by a bevy of Cardinals. We see number 2 in there, Gilbert Vermia, who's their star linebacker, came into this game as their leading tackler, including 7 tackles for loss.
And this early in the game with a 4th and 1 on their own 34-yard line, Coach Bill Littleton decides that it's time to punt it away. Adrian Vasquez was also in on that last tackle.
The Mustangs line up to punt the football on 4th and 1. Cardinals put the rush on, but Mustangs able to get this one off, and picked up by Rosales, running around the right side and out of bounds at about midfield. A return of about 10 yards. So 2:19 to play here in the first quarter, and the Cardinals once again have excellent field position right at midfield.
And the Mustang offense not being able to stay on the field as we're accustomed to, which helps out the defense, because when you stay on the field, that means your defense is going to be on the field less time. So look out for the Cardinals. They're on fire so far.
Spates in there again in the secondary, as Garza back to throw. Again, has plenty of time, and this is complete to Bowie Davis.
Bowie Davis.
Well, he was down, although Davis doesn't think so.
He was ready to run. Bowie Davis is a talented athlete. I do believe he's also the backup quarterback. Bermea continues to throw strikes. He was down on his knee. You can't blame him for trying to keep going. Sometimes the officials might not see that, but good call by the officials on that play.
Tackle by Joey Gutierrez for the Mustangs. And that's a pickup of 15 yards and a new first down. And one of the big keys I'm seeing right now is Mustangs not able to generate a pass rush. Garza has plenty of time to throw. And here again, plenty of time, going to throw it long over the middle. And man is not caught. I thought it was going to be caught at about the 5, but unable to hang on was Brandon Vasquez. So it's incomplete as Garza was going for the home run.
Joey Delgado in on that play. How do you stop an offense like this, Mark? They're not putting any pressure on Brandon Garza, and when they do, he's so clever, he gets away from pressure.
And Garza's big, too. He reminds me of like Dante Culpepper many years ago, quarterback for the Vikings. A player big enough to play linebacker, but playing quarterback, as this pass is complete to Davis over on the sideline, and then a late flag comes in. This is going to be spotted at the 19, and we'll see what the flag is about. Minute 44 to go in the first quarter, and it's Cardinals 13, Mustangs nothing. Bi-district playoff game here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Foul on the defense after it had gone out of bounds. There was an extra shove, therefore it's a penalty, half the distance, first down.
And with that penalty, Mark, it really hurts the Mustangs. The ball is now at about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it's a half the distance penalty, so it was 16 yards on the completed pass and then a personal foul at the end of the play against the Mustangs, which means they'll move it half the distance because they were just inside the 20, so they move it just inside the 10, and it's first and goal here for the Cardinals. Garza to throw, aiming for the end zone. Caught, touchdown. That's Gallegos, his second touchdown catch of this quarter. And the Cardinals now lead it 19-0. And Cardinal Nation celebrating that one.
Of course, Mark, if you see some of the scores for this year, 57-7, 67-6, 48-9, 45-8, 54-0. The Cardinals are used to winning big.
Well, that's 3 touchdown passes in this quarter for Garza, who now has 26 on the season. Cardinals have scored on all 3 of their possessions. Here's the extra point try. Bazan kick is up, and it is good. And it's the Cardinals 20, the Mustangs nothing. Still a minute 39 to go here in the first quarter. Plenty of time for the Mustangs to get back in it. But something needs to happen soon, as we see Garza here hitting Gallegos on the flag route.
Another great pass, Mark. Those passes are not easy. He's just making it look very easy.
You can see the Mustang defense is certainly fired up. They understand what this is all about. It's win or go home. And there we see that's Alegria, the defensive lineman, urging on his teammates. As we see another touchback, and now there's a flag down. This was well after the play, so it might have been something going on out there after the whistle. we'll see what this is about.
What a weapon for the Cardinals. Samuel Bazan, the kicker. Sometimes you don't talk about the weapon of a kicker that just does not allow for any big runbacks. The Mustangs look like they're going back. Penalty looks like it's against the Mustangs.
Yeah, they're standing out there at about the 20-yard line, still discussing this. That scoring drive for the Cardinals, 50 yards in 4 plays. Gallegos with a 10-yard touchdown catch. So a personal foul against the Mustangs.
Personal foul. Receiving team, after the whistle was blown dead, extra activity, first down.
Penalty was that after the whistle was blown dead, apparently a Mustang player hit a Cardinal player. You can't do that.
This will be half the distance again, moves it back to the 12-yard line. The 4th penalty on the Mustangs in this quarter. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Sanchez play action pass over the middle. This is incomplete, intended for the tight end, the senior Andrew Leal. Leal covered by Jose Mejia, the linebacker, and also that man, number 6, Felix Reina, in there on the play. See the Cardinals, they get little stickers too when they do something well. You can see all those, I guess they're little birds or something, to commemorate big plays. But 2nd and 10 here for the Mustangs. And we see Aaron Villarreal going in motion up to the top of your screen. And they're going to hand this off going toward left tackle, and that's Alonso spinning his way up to about the 14.
Boy, Marcus Garcia continues to impress. He's a big kid, but he's very quick. That puts the Mustangs in a 3rd and 8 situation as we take a look at the replay. Nobody can block Marcus Garcia.
Mustangs are 1 for 3 on 3rd downs in this game. Last minute of the 1st quarter. And Sanchez, quarterback draw. Evades one tackler, has the 1st down. And up out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So great play there by Sanchez to convert on 3rd down. And the Mustangs keep the drive going here in the last minute of the 1st quarter.
Sanchez doing a good job. Saw that he had an opening up the middle and also did a good job of breaking a tackle. Give the Mustangs some breathing room.
48 seconds left in the 1st quarter. And Sanchez to throw once more. Tight coverage over there on the left side, and it's incomplete. Looks like they had lined up Spates out there as a wideout. And that close coverage there provided by the Cardinals safety, Adrian Vasquez. You can see they had 2 Cardinals over there. The other Cardinal defender coming in there was Steven Gasca, number 5. So it brings up 2nd and 10. Mustangs will go with a spread formation, 2 left, 2 right, and Spates in the backfield as Sanchez in the pistol. They hand it off Spates, and Spates hit in the backfield and might be just short of the line of scrimmage, actually. Had trouble getting back there. He's going to lose a yard.
Gilbert Bermea showing why he leads the Cardinals in tackles.
And we've got a timeout called by the Cardinals here. Cardinals using their first timeout with 31 seconds left in the 1st quarter, and I think what they might be trying to do is force the Mustangs to punt into the wind. The wind blowing into the faces of the Mustangs.
Exactly what Coach Manny Gomez is thinking. With a 3rd and 11 and the Mustangs struggling to get a 1st down. You know they're going to have to pass, and if there's an incompletion, then they can save the timeouts. But the Mustangs have the numbers. You can see the helmets.
Yeah, the back of their helmets are the years in which they've made the playoffs. 05, 06, 08, 10, 11, 12, and 13, all under Coach Bill Littleton. They had a district championship back in 95 under Claude Bassett. If you remember him.
That was the year they went undefeated in district play and then lost in the first round to San Benito Greyhounds.
Yeah, that's right. Your memory's very good, sir. Mustangs in the playoffs for the 4th straight year. And they went to the 3rd round 2 years ago. And last year, beaten in the 1st round by this Cardinal team.
Check.
There go the Mustangs on a passing down 3rd and 11. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Alonso in the backfield, stays in the block. Sanchez wants to run it. Crosses the 30 and jukes his way up near the 40-yard line, near the first down, but I think the ball came out and it's going to be Cardinal football. So Sanchez, a good run, and looked like he may have gotten the first down, but the Mustangs turn it over and the Cardinals have it.
Sanchez making the right decision. Saw another opening. Good run. And right there at the end of the play, it's hit on the ball by number 6, Felix Reina.
And I think it may have been Vasquez who recovered the ball. So they have it with 21 seconds left, going for the home run, and it's incomplete. They are trying to hit number 11, Rosales, who already has 1 touchdown catch in this game.
And even when the Cardinals miss on a scoring opportunity via the air, it's still very close. And that's what you want to do as a quarterback. If you're not going to have a completion, overthrow your receiver. That way, at least you don't have an interception.
There we see the quarterback Sanchez there on the sideline. Just a sophomore. He's got the plays there, a little card there attached to his left wrist. Garza to throw and hits his man on a slant route. This is Gallegos, and that'll be a first down.
And Mark, so far the Memorial Mustang defense, they have not been able to penetrate and put pressure on Garza. And as good as Garza is, you give him a lot of time, you're looking for trouble, and so far it has been a bunch of trouble.
You see the Mustang defense still trying to work things out there on the sideline as Garza is rushed. And Garza goes down for the first time. And that's Lucas Rios who was back there. And they knocked the quarterback a loss of 7.
And also Joseph Torres in on the tackle.
Yeah, we could see Alegria came in there. Stites came in there on the blitz. And a couple of Mustangs in there for that tackle. Yeah, Carlos Sainz in there, as you said, and Lucas Rios back there. And maybe that'll be just something to get the Mustangs fired up a bit here as we reach the end of the first quarter. And it's the Harlingen Cardinals 20, McAllen Memorial nothing. Got the second quarter coming your way in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen, the day edition.
Why don't we change that to football afternoon in McAllen? Just doesn't sound right.
Excellent idea. Terrific afternoon for football. And now, after a loss of 7, 2nd and 17 as we start the second quarter. And Garza to throw the home run ball. It's caught and a touchdown. First play of the second quarter is a Cardinal touchdown, the 4th of the game. And this one to Brandon Vasquez, their top receiver. 29-yard strike to Vasquez.
Give credit to the offensive line for the Harlingen Cardinals. Doing a great job of just not allowing any penetration by the defense. And that's the only way you can stop Brandon Garza. You got to make him run. You got to make him rush the throw.
Rosales is the holder. Bazan the kicker. Kick up and good. And Bazan now 3 for 4 on his extra points, and the score is 27-0 for the Cardinals. 11:53 to play here in the second quarter. Here's another look at the touchdown. So after getting sacked for a loss of 7, Garza comes right back and throws this one to his top receiver right down the middle. And a lot of speed with these Cardinal receivers. Gallegos, Vasquez, Davis, and Rosales. And they spread it around to all 4 of them. In fact, Vasquez, the 3rd different receiver to catch a touchdown in this game.
We're taking a look at the Cardinal fan base. Very relaxed. Got to give them compliments. They were out here, actually, a bunch of them, an hour before the game. They were already filling up the stadium. And then when their team came out, like they start clapping for them, even just in warm-ups. It's something about the Harlingen Cardinals, the way they came out. They had a clap routine. Then all of a sudden they kind of ran to the 50-yard line like, we're here. Look at us. We're here to play. And even some of those tactics or warm-up procedures, I think, sometimes can play into the heads of the opponents.
Whatever it is, it's working. Spates back to receive the kickoff, but it's been nothing but touchbacks so far. This will be the first opportunity for him to get a return. Fielded at the 5-yard line, up to the 15, tries to bounce outside, following his blocks, now hit as he crosses the 25, and out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. And it looks like Chris Munguia there on the tackle for the Cardinals.
Well, I know it's very early here in the second quarter, Mark, but here's where the Mustang offense needs to produce some points, get a little spirit on their side. The momentum clearly on the Cardinal side as they're dominated. We had a penalty. There were clearly domination so far by both the offense, the defense, and even the special teams.
Receiving team, 10 yards from the end of the run, first down.
As you can see, a penalty against the Mustangs will put a damper on that return, and this will move it back 10 yards. So instead of being at the 27, they'll be moving back to the 17.
Here we go. Mustangs MHS. Here we go. Mustangs MHS.
And here's Spates on the toss. Finds a little seam and gets a handful of yards there before Gilbert Bermea brings him down. And it's a gain out to the 23, a pickup of 6.
And that's a nice start to this possession. Mustangs need to try to stay on the field for a while. Give that defense a break.
Toss left, Spates again hit in the backfield. And gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage before he was brought down by number 5, Steven Guska.
Actually, it was Felix Reyna. Anytime you have an opportunity to say Reyna, I'm not going to allow you to miss that opportunity.
All right. Yeah, they lose a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Mustangs just 2 for 5 on 3rd downs. And now we've got a timeout called by Memorial. This will be their first. And Mario, you were talking about the excellent precision of the Harlingen offense. Here's their scoring drive: 6 plays, 4 plays, 4 plays, and 3 plays for their 4 touchdowns. And one of those drives went 88 yards. Just some big bombs that they had that started at their own 12-yard line, eventually getting that one into the end zone as well.
Cardinals are simply loaded everywhere on the field. It's not one player.
And they've got quite a tradition there. In fact, their coach, Manny Gomez, has been there about 18 years, long-time assistant. He's been the head coach now for about 6 years, so he certainly has a lot of that Cardinal tradition there. Remember back in the days of Jesse Longhofer in the 80s and 90s, and Cardinal team still good. Here are the Mustangs facing 3rd down and 5. Got the wind at their back in this quarter. Sanchez in the shotgun. And he's being rushed. And the ball stripped away. I think the ball came out, and I think the Cardinals have it.
And look who's got it.
Marcus Garcia, the all-star defensive tackle, comes away with it, and you can see that there's what you were talking about before in the good coaching. They came through and they stripped this football out of there. And are able to fall on it deep in Mustang territory.
That's what Coach Manny Garcia preaches to his defense, but you can count on Marcus Garcia, defensive tackle. You can count on seeing him in the Rio Grande Valley East-West All-Star game and possibly other All-Star games. That guy is just something else.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals, who are set up at the Mustang 13-yard line. Second turnover of the game. This is a toss left to Vasquez, and Vasquez hit at the 8, dives, and is in for a touchdown. And Brandon Vasquez has his second touchdown of the game, one receiving and that one running, and the Cardinals up the lead to 33-0.
Cardinals are making a statement, and I can assure you their scouts here, because the winner takes on the Charlotte Rattlers, and they continue this path to victory. Doesn't matter who they play next, they are some kind of team.
Rosales to hold. Good hold. Bazan the kick. It's up and it's good. And Bazan now 4 for 5 on his extra point tries. And the Cardinals lead it 34-0. 10:25 to play, but I think there is a flag down. Flag down there on that point after try. And we'll see if the point stays on the board or not. Officials will talk this over. That drive, just one play, 13 yards, set up by Marcus Garcia, the defensive tackle, who was able to recover a fumble at the Mustang 13-yard line. And then the Brandon Vasquez took a reverse to the left side and scored from there. We had a penalty against the Mustangs. It's declined. The extra point is good. It's Cardinals 34, Mustangs nothing. 10:25 to go here in the second quarter. And once again, the Mustangs will be received as we take another look at that touchdown.
They don't like to run the ball much, but when you're having so much success passing, the defense starts to think pass, and all of a sudden here comes a run. So give offensive coordinator Chris Horton a lot of credit over there. Everything he's calling is working.
Yeah, Cardinals, an unbelievable show they put on. They have had the ball 5 times and they have 5 touchdowns to show for it. Saw the mask there by big number 78, Montgomery Medley, offensive lineman.
He's got that.
Was it Ray Lewis, I think, that does that? The kind of a bat wings across the base there.
I know a lot of baseball players like to use that shadow to put on their face to help them with the sun, but he almost made it into a Halloween mask.
Yeah, the sun could go nova and he would still be okay. Saw Spates back there ready to receive the kickoff. Cardinals taking their time, have not come out there yet. By the way, a scoring update in a Class 5A Division II game between the Harlingen South Hawks. Harlingen South Hawks playing the Weslaco East Wildcats, and the South Hawks in command of that game, 35-7 in the second half.
If both Harlingen teams continue as they have right now, both are up by more than 30 points. That means that 32-5A is going to sweep the 31-5A schools this year in the by-district playoffs.
And I think 32-5A took 3 out of 4 head-to-head matchups last year?
Correct.
So here's Spates from out of the end zone is going to take the better part of valor there and kneel it and take a touchback. Or excuse me, not Spates, but that's actually number 22, Ozzy Salazar, the cornerback. So this will be set up 1st and 10, the Mustang 25-yard line, but there is a flag down.
5
Actually,
yards,
another
free
flag.
kick.
And the 2 games we've had here by district, there's been so many flags. Maybe the officials from last night's game left their flags in the officials' dressing room.
Yeah, a lot of penalties called in the game played the night before this one, McAllen Bulldogs and Brownsville Revetta Raiders. And in this game, all the flags up until this one had been on the Mustangs. 5 on the Mustangs. This is the first one against the Cardinals, and they'll have to re-kick. And there we see Spates back there. There's Coach Bill Littleton. His team in the playoffs for the 4th straight year. Cardinals school colors, red and black. You got the black numerals there with the red shoulder pads and the red stripes on the pants. And Bazan has a squib kick this time. It's going to be picked up by Salazar at the 10-yard line, across the 20, trying to get up the right sideline, and across the 30. Excellent return there for the Mustangs. And they'll have the ball at about their own 33-yard line. There's Salazar coming off the field, and Salazar this year, just a sophomore, found a spot for him in the defensive backfield and also on the kick return team. A lot of sophomores who play regularly on both sides of the football for this Mustang team. So a lot of experience, but still a lot of youth as well, as Sanchez is going to keep this one, and he's upended there by a couple of Cardinals. Number 2, Gilbert Vermea got in there along with the defensive tackle once more, Marcus Garcia. Vermea and Garcia continue to be thorns in the side of this Mustang team.
And Marcus Garcia, after he puts Sanchez down, demonstrates good sportsmanship. Helps him, kind of picks him up after he knocks him down.
A bit of a hard spill there for Sanchez too, as he was flipped over and landed on his back. We see Alonso go in motion. They're going to hand this off to Spates, running to the opposite side, and he has big room. Now he's going to turn it on at the 30. One man closing in is at the 10. Stiff arm and forced out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Great run there by the sophomore, who came into today with 2,100 rushing yards. The second leading rusher in the Valley, and the first big run there for Trevor Spates. And the Mustang fans have now come alive.
It was a nice counter play. And Trevor Spates almost broke it. Touchdown saving play by Hayden Flores.
Yeah, 65-yard run there for Spates. And here on 1st and goal, they go to the fullback, Alonso, and Alonso's in for the touchdown. The Mustangs are on the board here with 9:24 left in the second quarter.
Good job by the Memorial Mustang offense. Although we're down 34 points. Came in there with a lot of energy. And that's what you have to admire and respect. You know that Bill Littleton's team, they're down, but they're going to fight you.
David Almadas on to attempt the extra point. Good snap and hold, kick up and away, and it's good. And our score, the Cardinals 34, the Mustangs 7. 9:24 to play here in the second quarter. And the Mustangs come alive here with a 3-play, 67-yard drive, highlighted by a 65-yard run by Spates that set up that 3-yard jaunt right there by the fullback, Joel Alonso. And the Mustangs on the board. So the Mustangs stayed persistent, stayed true to what got them here, and eventually they were able to break through. The big run by Spates, they've had so many of those this year. That set up the short run by Alonso. And Mustangs now on the board. Cardinals still with the commanding lead, but still plenty of time left in this game with over 9 minutes to play in the first half. There we see the touchdown man there, Alonso, number 23. teammate on the right side is Aaron Bedayao. And on the left side there, it looks like number 26, Carlos Hernandez. Here's Almadas with the kick. Squib kick and be fielded at about the 16-yard line. Up across the 30 and then hit. There's a flag down, spins his way forward and is up near the 40-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. Tackle for the Mustangs by number 83, Robert Mesa, the senior defensive back. Holding Cardinals. So this will put a dent in that big return they just had. This will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Spot of the flag, first down.
Always is a call against the return team.
So this will move it back to the 19-yard line.
And the big question is, can the Memorial defense put together some good defensive plays so they can have at least one stop?
Yeah, Cardinals have scored on every possession in this half. And Mustangs looking after the offense got on the board. Mustang defense hopefully a little fired up here as they go with 4 down linemen. And looks like they're going to rush 2 of the linebackers. Garza gets the pass off. This is caught out of the left flat. And this is going to be a first down there for Rosales. Forced out of bounds by the Mustangs' Jesse Osuna.
And not only do the receivers for the Cardinals, all of them have great hands. They're always looking to run immediately after they catch the ball. Always searching for those extra yards after contact. And that's what makes a good receiver. We took a look at that replay, trying to put on a couple of moves. Rosales was able to gain at least another 5 to 7 yards.
Yeah, 17 yards on that pickup. We see the Mustang cheerleaders there. Mustangs have cheerleaders have been to a lot of competitions at the state and national level over the years under Mr. Pedro Ramirez.
Pre-consultation, call 682-6111. Ruster Jackson's to a professional and also CPA accounting firm, a proud Mustang.
I think this timeout called by the Mustangs. That'll leave them with 1 timeout with 9:08 to go here in the second quarter. And a fresh set of downs for the Cardinals. They'll put 5 receivers in the pattern. Garza alone in the shotgun. Mustangs rush 4. Throw toward the left sideline is incomplete, intended for Bowie Davis.
A rare drop by a Cardinal receiver.
Yeah, Garza is 12 for 16 in this game, 230 yards.
Juan Dominguez on a good defensive play.
So now 2nd and 10 at the Cardinal 36. Mustangs with a dime defense, and they'll rush a blitz here. Osuna coming in there, and Garza flushed out, throws on the run, and this looks like it goes out of bounds, intended for Vasquez, and incomplete. So the Mustang blitz forces Garza to throw a little bit off balance, and they'll be forced into a 3rd and 10 situation. And once more, the Mustangs' Juan Dominguez on the coverage.
Something that doesn't help the defense. Nick Marriott is on the sideline. I know he had issues with leg problems. Probably being bothered by the leg, and he's not actually playing defense, and that has to hurt the Mustang defense.
Actually, Joey Delgado in coverage on that last play. And here a flanker screen on 3rd and 10. This to Davis. Davis trying to get outside. Doesn't. Ball comes loose. The Mustangs are jumping in there on it. No signal yet. And it's Mustang football. So the Mustangs generate their first turnover of the game, and they've got the ball in Cardinal territory.
Those are the kind of breaks that the Mustangs need, being down 34-7 with 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Let's see if the Mustang offense continues with that momentum.
For the first time today, Mustang defense holding the Cardinals out of the end zone. We talked about that a moment ago, that they needed to get a stop, and they did. And they've given the ball to the offense with a good opportunity here as Spates is held for no gain on first down.
This Mustang offense, we know they run the ball 80-90% of the time. They've had a lot of success throughout the year up the middle, but tonight it has been very difficult.
High backfield behind Sanchez. Cardinals 3 down linemen and a whistle before the snap.
Start on the offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Now mark off 5.
Now second down 15, ball at the 7-yard line.
And there you see the penalty. So this will move it back to a 2nd and 15 situation. Mustangs go the same formation to wing right, high backfield. And Sanchez is going to toss it to Spates. He's going to try to bounce this outside. He's got some room there. At the 40, he's got the first down. At the 30, and then bounced out of bounds. And a big run there for Spates, who's beginning to assert himself here in this second quarter. Felix Reyna with the stop on Spates. Otherwise, he might have scored.
And Spates using his vision. He's very well scouted, and we know that Trevor Spates has no problems running up the middle. And he set up all the defenders by juking like he was going to go up the middle, and then he decided just to take it out. Good play though on defense by Felix Reyna. Anytime you have to make a tackle on Trevor Spates in open field, it's not easy.
22-yard pickup there for Spates. The Mustangs are over 100 yards now, 112 rushing for the game. And here is Alonso. Hit, spins, still going, jukes another defender, and going there at the 10, spins his way inside to the 3. Tough running there by Joel Alonso. Just like a bull, he just ran through that Cardinal defense and continued to bounce forward like a pinball. And the Mustangs have first and goal at the Cardinal 3.
You know, Joel Alonso is a very determined young man, and he showed it on that last run as he broke a tackle, another tackle right there. Picked up a block by Johnson.
Mustang fans behind it. There's a flag down now.
Flag on the field.
The substitution.
Appears to be against the Cardinals.
Illegal substitution on the defense, half the distance, first down.
That'll be a half the distance penalty. They're at the 3, so it'll move it inside the 2.
Still first down, goes the goal ball now inside the 2-yard line.
There's 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mustangs have a first and goal. Mustang fans are ready. And there it is. Touchdown once again. That's Alonso, the fullback, with some tough running. And we've got screamers going off in the Mustang side of the stands. And Alonso has his second score of the game, and the Mustangs are climbing back into this.
Joel Alonso, the senior, last 2 carries. He doesn't want the season to end. Hard running. And maybe that's what the Mustangs need. Some inspiration by a very determined young man.
The extra point try. Modest, the extra point is good. He's 2 for 2, and the Mustangs have 14 points here in this second quarter. Cardinals still up 34-14, but the Mustangs making some noise here with 6:55 to go here before halftime. Here's another look at that touchdown. Spates with the lead block, and you can see it is tough going down there when you get inside the goal line, but Alonso manages to get in standing up And then Vidal, his teammate, comes over to
Very
congratulate him.
determined, Mark. Did you also see how he was holding on to the ball? There was no way any Cardinal defender was going to pull the ball away from him.
You see the Mustang fans came up in droves today.
Finally some smiles on this side of the field.
It was looking bleak there for a while as the Cardinals had scored on their first 5 possessions, but the Mustangs have come back with 14 unanswered. And this game is still in the balance. There's he back to receive the kickoff for the Cardinals, 28, Galerson Castillo. And the senior Almadas getting ready to kick it off. Another squib kick. It's picked up at the 12-yard line. Across the 20 to 25, now 30. A big seam there, then to the 40 and hit by the kicker, Almadas. Good tackle there by the kicker, as it looked like Brandon Vasquez might go the distance with that speed of his. And Almadas looking like Dick Butkus out there with that tackle.
Excellent job by Almadas. You don't expect the kicker to make a tackle, especially the way he made the tackle. He looked like a linebacker hitting a running back.
Yeah, he hit, wrap up. Good technique there.
Almost lost a fumble too.
Another blitz as the Cardinals hand this off and hit in the backfield. That was Rene Medina, his first carry, and the Mustang defense rises to the occasion there, and the Mustangs are fired up now. They were getting pushed around there for a quarter and a half, and finally the Mustangs, like a sleeping giant, have come alive here in the second quarter.
And this is a big possession for the Cardinals because if they have to punt, that gives the Mustang another opportunity to come back. Patrick Ojeda was also very active in the last play. So this is a big possession for the Cardinals.
Loss of 1. Big hole here up the middle. This is a first down. And that is their regular Fidencio Gonzalez, who will push it up into Mustang territory in a new set of downs for the Cardinals at the Mustang 46. And that's a gain of 11 yards.
Well, when the Mustangs down 20 points, 6 minutes to go here, they don't want to go down by 27 at halftime. If they can hold here and maybe come back and score a touchdown, then you still have that opportunity in the second half.
Under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Cardinals up by 20, but Mustangs with the momentum right now. Pistol formation, they give it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has big room on the left side before he's brought down Stites over there, along with Alegria. But not before he picked up the first down, an 11-yard pickup to the 35.
A couple of running plays just to add to the wrinkles of that efficient passing attack. So get ready for a pass all of a sudden. Or who knows, maybe Coach Manny Gomez for the Cardinals, knowing that their scouts are here, trying to make those teams, the next team they're going to play, put a little worry into them, that they can not only pass, they can also run the ball.
Joseph De Leon also getting in there on the tackle for the Mustangs. Here they go with Gonzalez again, left side. Lots of room, another first down up to about the 21. Cardinal offensive line taking control here on this drive, a 14-yard pickup.
They've been tough all day long, doing a good job of pass protection, and now here in the last 4 or 5 plays, they're doing a good job of blocking. Boy, they get those yardage pretty quick, don't they, Mark?
They're getting a first down on every play here. The Cardinals, this drive just motoring down. So it's taken 2 minutes of clock time. This drive started at the 43 because of the big kickoff return, and there's Gonzalez. Hit inside the 20 and is up to about the 16, gain of 5. It'll be second down.
36 making the tackle.
Look out here, Mark.
Making the tackle for the Mustangs. Second down, 5 yards to go.
I expect a pass somewhere.
They're going to come out with a tight end to the right and 2 flanker backs on the right. Pistol formation. They're going to hand this off. Gonzalez going to the short side, left side. Hit by Stites, and the Mustangs stop him. Stites is in there along with Alegria. Also 54, Henry Falcon, the tackle.
Pretty much the play they've been using the last 3 or 4 have been working. This time the Mustangs were ready. 3rd and 5. Manny Gomez looking very relaxed in his sunglasses.
Yep, just back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down here for the Cardinals. Joey Gutierrez also getting in there on that last play. 2 tight end formation. Garza wants to throw, going for the end zone. That's Vasquez, and off his fingertips. Vasquez nearly had it for what would have been his 3rd TD of the game. Unable to bring it in, and it's 4th down.
And that does not happen often. Brandon Garza with another beautiful pass. It all starts with pass protection.
Yeah, Garza getting good pass protection there, and you can see that was almost there. And it looks like they're going to try the field goal here. This will be spotted at the 23-yard line, so it'll be a 33-yard attempt from the left hash mark for Bazan. Rosales to hold. Hold is there. Kick is a line drive. Plenty of distance, and it's good. And so the Cardinals convert from 33 yards out and lead this game now 37-14 with 3:11 to play before halftime. Take another look at this field goal attempt here by Bazan. Didn't look pretty, but it was good. And it's now 37-14. Cardinals have scored on 6 of their 7 possessions here in this first half.
Well, we'll see what the Mustangs can do with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. They do only have 1 timeout. But can the Mustang offense come back and try to get a little momentum or put up some points right as they go into halftime? Would be big for the morale of the Mustangs.
Yeah, that time the Mustangs were giving up yardage in droves, but they stiffened up at the right time as the Cardinals got inside the red zone and held them to a field goal. And Mustangs with enough time on the board, just over 3 minutes to maybe get something going here, but they'll start at their own 25 after the touchback. Mustang cheerleaders and the Mustang fans there. It's a big crowd, maybe one of the biggest we've seen all season on both sides here in this 13,000-seat stadium. See the visitors side there on the upper left of your screen.
A stadium that's going to get an uplift pretty soon, no? A $5 million?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the city of McAllen and the school district have made a partnership to renovate this stadium, which was opened in 1976, so it's nearly 40 years old. This will be the first major renovation as Sanchez throws deep, and Johnson looks like he was interfered with, and that'll be a first down for the Mustangs. They're trying to hit DJ Johnson on the post over the middle. And it looked like he was grabbed just as the ball was coming through, and this will be 15 yards and a new set of downs.
There's no doubt of this call by the officials. Johnson was hit and grabbed. Did not have an opportunity to catch that pass. Easy call.
Defensive pass
for the back judge.
So that'll move it up to the Mustang 40-yard line. As we take a look at this replay. Johnson's parents are here in the crowd. We saw them earlier. And here Sanchez on 1st and 10, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and rumbles across the 40 up to about the 43.
Bermea again on the tackle.
Yeah, he came into this game with 66 tackles, leading tackler on this Cardinal team.
2:44 counting.
And a terrific play there. Bermea fighting off his block and then wrapping up the quarterback around the legs and bringing him down. Gain of 3. Split backfield. They're going to toss this left. That's Alonso. And Alonso across the 45 picks up another 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down. Mustangs just 2 for 6 on 3rd downs here in this first half. We're about 2 minutes and 10 seconds before halftime. Mustangs still have 1 timeout. Need to get a little more yardage. They're not even at midfield just yet. 3rd down and 4. Play action. Sanchez throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Johnson. And Johnson covered there by number 5, Steven Gasca.
And Sanchez took a hard hit after he threw the ball.
And that'll bring up 4th down and 4. So what do you do here? If you go for it, you still have a chance to score. If you punt the football, you pin the Cardinals deep. If you go for it and don't get it, then the Cardinals have time to put more points up.
Coach Realta's going to go ahead and kick it.
Number 3, Almadas, is the punter.
Because you're right, Mark, if they don't get it, the way the Harlingen offense has been moving the ball, you don't want to give them a very short field.
And now timeout Mustangs. That'll be their last one. A minute 54 to go before halftime. The Cardinals have had a big first half. Their quarterback has completed 12 of 18 for 230 yards in this game with 4 touchdown passes. For the Mustangs, they had a big run of 65 yards by Trevor Spates that set up a short touchdown run by Joel Alonso. Then on their last possession, that was set up by the Mustangs picking up a fumble. They engineered a 42-yard drive and went down. Alonso carried it again from short yardage for his 2nd touchdown. Cardinals have since added a field goal, and it's the Cardinals up 37-14. Mustangs in punt formation. Here's Almadas. And no Cardinals back there to receive this. It takes a big Mustang bounce at the 20, inside the 5, and the Mustangs are able to kill it there inside the 5. Good special teams play there by the Mustangs. It looks like number 9, Jose Jimenez, getting down there to touch that football. And the Cardinals will be a length of a football field away from the end zone with a minute 43 to go. Cardinals still have 2 timeouts.
Anytime you don't put anybody on a punting situation back to receive, that meant the coaches felt like there was a possibility for the fake.
The Cardinals, I guess, evidently willing to concede bad field position to make sure the Mustangs did not run any kind of fake on that play. So you can see Garza will set up in the shotgun and be standing in his own end zone as the Cardinals set up at their own 4-yard line. Lucas Rios coming in on the blitz. Garza wants to throw, gets rid of it, and it's caught over by about the 7-yard line and forced out of bounds. On the tackle there was Joseph De Leon, and you can see him right there, and the receiver, Marco Salas.
And you would think Coach Manny Gomez in the lead 37-14 by 23 points. With the ball deep in your own territory, you'd think that he'd play it safe. But now Coach Gomez, he has a lot of confidence in his senior quarterback, Brandon Garza.
Yeah, sometimes with young quarterbacks, you may not want to put them in situations where they might make a bad decision, but you can see the confidence Gomez has in Garza, his senior quarterback. He's going to hand this off to Gonzalez. Hit in the backfield. Gonzalez spins his way around one tackler, but not the second and third as a swarm of Mustangs come in there, and he'll lose 3 yards on that play. He'll bring up 3rd down.
That's the type of defense that the Mustangs need consistently, making it difficult.
That was Rios who tried to wrap him up, and Osuna. It must have been.
And Rios came back after the missed tackle.
Yeah, Rios got a second shot
he
at
gets
him.
2 assists for that one.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. 3rd down and 11. Garza to throw toward the sideline, and out of bounds is Rosales. It looks like he's going to be short of the first down. And the Mustangs can get the ball back here with a fair amount of time left.
I don't know if Coach Gomez is happy with his receivers. They went out of bounds, so that stopped the clock. But the Mustangs don't have any timeouts. But that's a couple of passes that were caught by the Cardinals. The receivers went out of bounds.
This will be the first Cardinal punt of the game. Samuel Bazan, their kicker, is also their punter. Mustangs will attempt to block this, and they do put the rush on. Ooh, one man came through at the last instant, but Bazan does get it off. Ozzy Salazar picks it up at the 40 in his own territory, now trying to find space, and gets up to about the 47. A 7-yard return there of a 40-yard kick.
Matthew Muñiz making the tackle for the Cardinals.
So the Mustangs will have it at their own 46. 32 seconds left, but no timeouts.
There's another flag on this play. It's going to go against the Mustangs.
So they're going to move it back even further from the 46. It'll go back to the 36. And now I wonder if the Mustangs might just take a knee here.
36-yard line and the first set of downs.
You think they take a knee or take one shot downfield?
I think they might take a shot downfield, see what happens.
Certainly,
Maybe
even if you complete something over the middle, you'll get a stoppage with the first down.
Maybe a screen play for Trevor. Try to get the ball into the hands of your star.
And we saw the offensive coordinator, Marcus Goffman. Here's an inside handoff to Spates. Trying to see what they could get there, and Spates tackled by Marcus Garcia back at the line of scrimmage.
Should be the last play of the half, but the Mustangs are in a hurry-up offense. Want to take another shot.
They may throw this one deep as they can't stop the clock. There's 10 seconds left. Sanchez to throw. Now looks like he wants to keep it and does pass it off. He gets it to DJ Johnson up to about the 45-yard line, maybe the 46, as we have an interesting play there to end the half. So we have reached halftime, and our score, Harlingen 37, McAllen Memorial 14. We'll take a break. We'll have the halftime stats for you when we come back. You'll get a chance to see the marching bands for the Cardinals and Mustangs. We're at halftime here on Football Night in McAllen, a special Saturday afternoon edition. Cardinals up on top of the Mustangs in this bi-district playoff.
Shadow that record, this is the